Hello and welcome back to Endless Space 2. This is Robert, aka Floki, middle-aged dad, playing in his basement after his kid's bedtime. Well past his kid's bedtime, as it happens tonight. The 5-year-old kept coming out of bed. It's over an hour past his actual bedtime. But anyway, here we are, and we are on our way to take over this system from some filthy pirates, and maybe, hopefully, finally destroy this prowler with, 15 hit points left. I think we can do it. I think we can get there. We have to get like one shot off on our little science vessel ship, and it should be gone. Reviewing some earlier videos, I realized I had made a plan of some sort to get my hero into the fray with her own ship. The issue with that would be if I did that, she would no longer be the governor on this system, and I would lose the bonuses that she is providing to this system, which I think are more important than adding her ship to the battle. So yeah, we get all these bonuses: production, food production per person, food per person. We'd lose all of that just to have one extra ship in the battle, and I don't think we're gonna need it. So let's pass the turn and see where we are. Oh, hacking. Oh, the pirate. That's right, the pirates were hacking us, and I successfully traced them, which doesn't always happen. So I can either let them hack me, or I can shut down their hack. Pirates and small galactic players often employ dated or lax security routines, allowing their traced hacking operations to be easily nullified. Yeah, let's do that. Did it work? Looks like it worked. I don't see a hack coming from them anymore. We're hacking our friends. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, battle. Oh, the pirates are attacking me. The fools. And they're dead. Okay, awesome. That's what that means. They are gone. So that was just that one little ship that was kind of scooting around. It looks like the pirates are at level 2 now. It looks like they probably have built another ship. But we have cerebral reality in our second system, Sylphy. Next, they're going to build their xeno-industrial infrastructure, which, as I recall, is not super effective for this system, but better than not having it. And after that is finished, we can think about other things to do. Looks like the Argosy is ready to move again. Is that new? Could we have moved it before? It's at full health. We could move it to Placidus and just get it. Oh, what's going on? Cannot be done in a hangar. Creates a new. Is there a reason this was in? I don't quite know why that was in the hangar. It's been a while since I've messed around with the Argosy and how it works. So let's just have it sleep. Probably have it sleep until it's time to. Oh, what am I saying? Time to colonize. And we might be ready to colonize Izar before long. It might take a while, honestly, because I don't have a strong fleet here, and we are talking about taking over a system, not just battling a couple of pirate ships. It looks like their ship is moving alongside our fleet, which is fun. Looks like the exact same kind of ship, the Prowler, that our scout ship was able to defeat after several turns. They are still here. They are surviving. They're going to be healing 10% of their health every turn. We could pay to have them heal instantly, but I don't think that's necessary. They'll just stay here and defend the system. I can have them send probes out, but I don't know how likely it is we're going to hit. You know, what the heck? Let's just send like 1, 2, 3, 4 probes. See what happens. They're not doing anything else. They'll get those probes back. Galter, we're still making ships. There is it just one more ship? Yeah, one more. Endless Research Park and Endless World will be completed in 19 turns at this rate. Of course, our population will grow during those turns. Looks like 6 more turns for another Sisters of Mercy population somewhere, and each population we get will add to our production, as well as, of course, our like food costs, but that's fine. Alright, what do we got? We got the carve done, and they are going to make a science improvement next, which will actually start to count toward our main mission. Okay, so now we have our ships in 2 separate fleets, which we probably should merge together into one fleet. And they are actively invading this system. They're putting this system under siege. The system currently has a defense of 450 manpower, but for every turn that we keep our fleet here, this particular fleet is removing 8 manpower per turn. Now that's going to take forever to get it down to 0, but we don't necessarily have to get it down to 0 to invade and take this over. We could invade now, but as I'm looking at this, I see that we have 220 invading manpower. They have 450 defending manpower, so we would actually lose all the manpower of our ships, which would not be good. So it would be worth it to bring some other ships into the fray. Not that one. So that's going to take a long time to actually get that number down to where we can actually successfully invade. We'll bring one more ship into that fleet, which will help, but it sounds like it's just like 2 manpower per ship. So I'm wondering, there are some options that I don't know if we have access to them yet, but it doesn't look like we do. There are some like support modules, I think, that add manpower. It's just like having, you know, instead of sticking an extra warp drive, or instead of you know, these modules, you can have like a barracks, soldier crew quarters, and add a whole bunch of manpower to your ship, and that is generally the best way to go if you want ships designed specifically for planetary invasions, system invasions. We don't have that yet. We don't have access to that yet. We just have these tiny little fighter ships and tiny little support ships, and none of that technology. I wonder if we can get that technology soon. It would be up here in this military. Let's see, this thing here. No, that's an improvement for the system, or not for the system, for the Empire. Maybe this. That's it. If we got this, we would have access to that module. So maybe we get that. I mean, I don't know if we're really going to make use of it. It's hard to say. If it's going to take forever like this, then maybe we just make some dedicated ships for invasions. I don't know. In the meantime, I think we just pass turns until the time, until things happen. Okay, so we got a new, a new technology. We can build this intergalactic supermarket for a huge amount of dust in one system in our empire, as well as the ability to buy out production with dust. And after that, we'll be working on the manpower module and this other. We could put this improvement in our systems that when we build ships, they're a little bit stronger from the get-go. Okay, we've also gotten to the next tier of economy and trade technology, which means we can develop systems into level 2 systems, which come with other benefits, as well as being able to get more dust per command point in a space battle. But this requires a resource called adamantium, which we do not have and do not know how to find or gather, for that matter. We also have a deed available. Be the first to reach level 3 in one of your systems. So we can currently get to level 2, potentially, but this, once we have the ability to get to level 3, we could if we're the first ones to do that, we would get this reward. Is that the one? Yeah, the Ultra Wealth Sanctuary would be available to us, which we could build in any system, plus 2 resource generation on luxury deposits, and plus 50% star system trade value. That requires a resource, a different one that we don't have yet, called antimatter. How is this one? Be the first to possess 20 star system improvements in your empire. We have 10 out of the 20 required. We are number 2 on our way for that one, but I wonder if we're going to get there. We don't have the highest production. Cygnus hacked. Let's improve our image one more time with these guys. And actually, we might be able to... We got the technology to get into diplomacy with them. We could assist them with a problem. If we do this, it costs 70 dust, and it will give us a quest. And if we complete the quest, they will join our empire. Let's do that. I'm sorry, Master, but the Harishams were most insistent you hear this message personally. Oh my god, there's a lot going on the sidebar there. You nod. Go ahead. A grainy holographic begins playing. Interference periodically interrupts the Harisham's representative, and his words are rushed, but you understand the gist. A prominent Harisham's has been abducted, and they want you to help. With your sophisticated forensics analysis of the circumstances of the kidnap enables the kidnapper's vessel to be identified and tracked. Now it just needs to be caught. Intercept the kidnapper's vessel. Get 80 influence and obtain the minor civilization. Okay, we just have that quest. It's not up to us to accept it right now. So that is... We did it! Awesome. We must have had a ship in the right place. Mission accomplished. Great job, people. A curious story emerges. Once your soldiers have the kidnapper in laser shackles, the Harishams believe that the representative he kidnapped was in secret talks with a shady organization named the Academy. You say nothing. All you really care right now is the addition of the Harishams to your growing empire. Don't worry about that. Okay, this system's variety of peculiar architectural landmarks surrounded by examples of far more modern construction is evidence of a barely faster than light civilization that was assimilated by a more technologically advanced galactic empire. Although some of the traditional customs and ways of the Harishims persist, they have essentially adopted Vultur's culture. Well then. Faction assimilated. The Harishims gained control over the Constellation Monitor. Plus 15% dust on colonized systems. The Constellation, I don't think I've been using that term, but that is the name of this region of space that we have found ourselves in. It is a Constellation Monitor. And we have discovered one other system in a different constellation over here, Indus. And whoever takes control of Indus will get 50% science bonus. We get 50% dust for this particular constellation. So very cool. I wonder where that kidnapper ship even popped into existence. It must have been one of these systems where we have ships, Placidus, Sylphi, or Izar. Because we don't have ships in orbit around any other system. We already looked at that. Our hero has leveled up. Fantastic. Should we go for food? More food or more food and production per person? Do you know how many people are there? Is it like 8? Not even 8. It's like 6. Let's go for food. We'll add 10 food per fertile planet, which I think is just the one, and an additional 10 as well for the system as a whole. So that'll do us some good. We've got 17 turns to get the Endless Research Park. We can buy it out for 14,000 dust. We have 1,000 and we make 39 per turn. Hoi. So it's really up to the other empires to not have the jump on this. I wonder if we can buy out some of these others instead. 2.3 thousand for this. Exoscience stations, 562. We could do that. That would be, what is that again? It's plus total plus 2 per person on this boreal planet in science per turn. It's slightly tempting, but not extremely tempting. Let's see what got built. Public-private partnerships. So there is already a science. We got a science boost to that system, and we got 1 out of the 4 necessary star system improvements. Or wonders, it notes. So when this is finished, it will count toward that if we don't have others built in the meantime. So we now control Cygnus, and we can control their production as well. We can improve these planets, or this system as a whole. They have 1 savanna planet, which is a temperate planet. It's not hot like arid or desert or ash or lava planets. It's not cold like the boreal, Arctic, or ice planets. Right in the middle. But it's not fertile or sterile. It's in the middle of that as well. Nothing special. Which means it'll get the temperate bonus for this improvement, but not the fertile bonus. Same thing here. Temperate but not fertile. We could research this curiosity. Minor civilization remains. That'll take 2 turns. We could do drone networks, which will take 4 turns. Yeah, this is a food and dust heavy planet. Not as much industry or science. We could also go for colonizing this other planet, but it has a negative modifier here. Negative anomaly. A strong magnetic field, -1 science, -1 industry, and -2 happiness per person on this planet. So it's not a great planet. Far in the future, we will be able to negate these negative effects. That's a long ways off. Eventually, it will be worth it to colonize this planet, but I don't know about doing it right away. Let's get these industry focused. Oh, let's get dust as well. We gotta. If we don't get dust, we will start to lose dust per turn, because all of our other improvements cost dust per turn. Okay, these ships we could use. They can move 4 movement points per turn, which is not great, but they will eventually get over here 10 turns from now, and help in that invasion effort, potentially, if it's not over by the time they get there. Also, there is a pirate ship here now that we could attack. And let's do that. And maybe it'll be worth seeing what a space battle looks like. Let's watch. So if we had a big enough fleet, it would take up these 3 slots, but right now we just have this one. The power to shields choice that we made determines its motion. They have apparently chosen the hard target bonus, so they're going to have higher defense at long range, and it looks like we are probably going to be at long range with them. We're not going straight in. But anyway, this is the pirate ship, and it's going to show us warping in to attack. So this is a combination of repurposed science vessels and a couple of attacker little fighters. It's kind of a setup phase, activating our shields. Weapons, and here we go! We got missiles. They hit. He's shooting back. And will this be the end? That's it. The end of the pirate ship. All right. Good job. Okay. So we got it in one turn that time. And what else? Oh, the Argosy needs orders. Let's just snooze this for a longer term, because I think it'll tell us when we can colonize for free. And we do want to colonize here, don't we? Which one? The large arid planet with all these luxury resources. Yes, absolutely. We love it. Okay. Okay. Anything else we can do? Want to do? I don't think so. Hacking. Who do we want to hack? It's really just the pirates. We could hack them from Sylphie, which takes 4 turns. The issue with that is they might counter our hack, because we're hacking from so close this time. They might trace it before the hacking operation is completed, but we'll give it a try. Detected an enemy. Who detected? Oh. This is another empire. Horatio. Real Horatio. A revealer, which is their scout ship.
Be content. Fortune smiles, for Horatio is willing to speak with you.
Well, he seems like a fun guy. So we've met our first other empire in the game, which is a nice little milestone here. And Horatio is always fun. All right, Sylphie, what can we build here? Do we want to build interplanetary transport network in 2 turns for more production, and then maybe these science improvements to get that going? Sounds good to me. Marketplace. Oh, we never did this. System development, level 2. So here's how this works. We have to choose what resource we want to spend to upgrade one of our systems to level 2. We have the choice of any luxury resource, and because we're the Vaulters, we can choose a strategic resource instead, which looks like that's worth doing. And I will show you why that might be. So if we chose Red Sang, we would get a flat plus 60 food production on the system, which honestly is great, especially for newly colonized systems. These are the ones that you would want to get from level 1 to level 2 straight away. But if we chose, well, for instance, this one we don't know what that is. We don't know what this is, but it would do the same thing for production or dust. Industry, that is. Science, we could use blue cat mold, but we're not producing blue cat mold in our empire. We just found some of it. Same with all these others. The one, I think, here, yeah, we get +2 of that per turn. These other ones we get +0 per turn, but Eden Incense would give us influence per turn. This one would give us happiness. This one would improve our manpower and our manpower capacity, and this one would give us cheaper dust buyouts. But we just don't have consistent access to these resources, so it's not a good idea to consider those. We are also producing titanium and Hyperium, and check this out. If we choose titanium, that's 40 industry and 40 food. Now that's not 60 food that the Red Sang gives us, but it's 40 industry is on top of the 40 food. We could instead choose Hyperium to get science and dust, but if we want our systems to grow, we want, especially early on, we want that industry and food, and I think we will choose this. Now this means we will have to spend 30 titanium to improve a system to level 2. We currently have 62. We make 3 per turn. Hyperium, we make 2 per turn. Again, Red Sang, we make 2. I think if we chose Red Sang, it'd be a different amount. Yeah, it'd be just 20. So, there's pros and cons. It's cheaper to use Red Sang, but we only get the food bonus. I think the titanium is the way to go. We have this as an option for this species, the Vaulters specifically, and I think we should use it. In the future, we can, when we have access to Adamantian, we can have level 3 or level 4 upgrades require this resource or this resource. In the very late game, we can use Orichalcix or Quadronix. Gosh, this one is fairly straightforward, plus 5% on all types of production on the system per system level. So actually, by the time we're up to like level 4, then that's a total of 20% increase on everything, and we're getting to big numbers at that point. So that's good. This one times 150% to all system development upgrade effects. So system development, all those. I don't know if I ever realized what this did. Every system improvement we build gets essentially 50% better, a 50% bonus on top of normal. That's kind of amazing. Okay. Well, that's very late game stuff. Let's go with titanium to upgrade systems. And that choice we just made is permanent. There's no undoing that. But I have no qualms about that choice. We have ways to make more titanium and hyperium than other empires. It's just one of our one focus we have. This thing doesn't have manpower. It does have manpower. It has 20. It could technically aid in the invasion effort, but it's so few. I don't think it's worth it. Just hang back. That'll be fine. Yeah, we'll just snooze him again. I don't know if this scout ship is going to cause problems for us, but I don't think so. We could bring this ship into the fight. It's mostly healed up. Spend a little dust to finish that, or just leave it here. Now let's get it in. Let's get it in. I want this system, and I want that -8 per turn to turn to -12 per turn. That was... Oh, did we have an extra ship in here that I didn't realize? Yeah, I guess so. We can merge those two fleets, so that's capped out. A fleet right now can only have 5 command points in it, but nevertheless, everyone is helping with the invasion process. Again, each ship appears to be contributing -2 manpower on the defenses per turn, but we just have 6. I thought we only had 5. 16 turns for the Wonder. Is everyone else working on something? Yep, I think we're good. Let's pass the turn. Oh, of course. It might make more sense to change some of the things we're working on to system improvements. In fact, we should do that on our home system straight away, because that's going to help with industry, which will help get us our Wonder built faster. It'll take 1 turn to build the system improvement, but it's probably going to save more than 1 turn. Well, hopefully. Okay, so we built the big data shipyards. We got this module that we could add to support ships. And it's recommending the following options for our next upgrade. These 2 will take 2 turns to complete. These 2 will take 13 turns to complete. I think we want to go for the easier options first, but I do want to look at the entire technology tree to see what we really want. We have just upgraded our military power. By researching 1 military upgrade, we now have... we can put 2 more command points in a fleet. We just talked about how 5 was the limit. Well, now apparently 7 is the limit. We have access to better armor on our ships, better pinch beams, better beam weapons on our ships. We have more manpower capacity. We can have better shields. We can have better projectile kinetic weapons. So cool. It's all good. We finished our analysis of minor civilization remains, and we now have access to the honeycomb scope, which would give us +5 vision range on whatever system we build it on. So I think you've seen how each system has a little bit of vision around it. Well, now we can have more, potentially. The power of the Academy has reached level 2. Heroes will start at this level when recruited. My hacking op was discovered. The trace has begun. Hopefully it won't happen in time. We have a new objective. Capture, assimilate, or attract a new population type into your empire. If we do this, we will get 150 influence. Yeah, it's just kind of a random thing. Opening your empire's doors to new population types has its challenges, but also its rewards. Each new group adds to the strength and flexibility of a society, contributing to the maturity of your empire as a whole. Wonderful. Speaking of, yeah, our these guys here, they have a bonus on sterile planets specifically. They add food production to sterile planets. We could potentially... Well, we can't yet. We have to improve the system to gain the ability to send populations from one system to another. So before I forget, let's cue that up here. Level 2, modernization. So like I said, this will take one turn, and we'll see if it's worth it. We currently have 153 industry. This will boost that by 40. So it's a good improvement. Is that going to shave off more than a turn? I'm not sure, but I think it's worth doing. This one is definitely going to be worth doing as well. Plus 25 dust per system level. It's going to be level 2, so that's plus 50, and then plus 3 dust per person in this system. Generally, with these unique improvements, you want to put them in your home systems. You can... It's a decent bet that that's going to be your highest population system and give you the most bang for the buck. Okay, we got new Sisters of Mercy population in Galter. We got that done. That's queued up. Ships are moving around. Oh yeah, those really slow Hiroshima ships. The scrapers. Do they have a lot of manpower? They've got 80 per ship. Not too bad. Our ships have, what, 80 as well. Also, oh, only 30 with the scout ships. Huh. All these probes have so far discovered nothing, but they have one more turn to go each before they expire. Oh yeah, and let's look at research. So we could, what do we need? What do we really, really want? I noticed food production is kind of bad in our home system, so we could go for this. Intensive cultivation, which would give us a big food bonus per system level and food bonus for every original empire population. So every Vaulter on the planets will get a food bonus as well. And we could also build these little improvements everywhere. +5 food per planet, but also +5 per planet that's cold and +5 per planet that's hot. And we have some of those, so let's go for it. Let's do that. It's a cheap upgrade. It is one of the ones that recommended. And then I'm wondering about what to get next. We don't know about any barren worlds yet, so we don't really care about that. Denark University provides happiness, influence, and every kind of production per person. It's a unique improvement, so that'd be great for our home system as well. We could learn how to colonize steppes, which I think we'd want to do. We have a steppes planet that we know about that we cannot colonize yet. Or is it... Oh no, Savannah was the one we inherited, basically, we got from the Hiroshims. We don't know how to colonize a Savannah planet of our own. What's up here? Desert, we don't need that straight away. Gas giants, could do. Lava, we could. Or we could go for these adamantium and antimatter, but I think at this stage we should be able to see what systems have those available. Like here, we can see there's red saying available, but we don't have the planet colonized. It's possible that because we don't have the technology to collect it, we can't see it, but that wasn't the case for titanium and hyperium, we could see it here before we could collect it. Basically, if you, I think the rule is if you have access to, you know, research the technology, you can see where it is. And I'm just realizing we could go straight for Quadronix and Oracle 6, but that's a little silly. Let's get that improvement that gives us steps, and it will give us better probe options as well. Enhanced Dart class hull? Is that the... That's not the military ship, that's the scout ship, isn't it? The military ship was over here. That's the Arrow class. So yeah, Dart is the scout. I mean, let's get it. And let's stop talking about it. Let's go. Okay. Pass the turn. Oh, look at that. 10. I think this was at 13 before we interrupted with getting the system improvement. Temporarily brought it up to 14 turns to get this finished. Now it's immediately down to 10 turns, so that was definitely worth it. We have discovered nebular clouds over one of the probes. Found that. That's neat. So that's not a system you can colonize. It's just kind of a thing out in space, just like this rejuvenation field. If you extend your influence all the way out that far, you get the effect that it provides. And in this case, that would be plus 10 industry, science, dust, and influence, as well as extra experience on fleets engaging in battle, but less energy weapon damage on ships, I assume on both sides of the battle. We got these ships moving along. Let's close that. Modernization finished. Interplanetary transport network finished. Okay, so we are on our way to expanding our budding little empire here in this Monitor Arm constellation of the galaxy. All right, well, thank you for joining me. I'm going to call it here and go to bed, and I'll see you on the next one.